Hi, everybody. Coach Rati here with another public service announcement. Today, I'm going to talk about, well, what I would have liked to have started out by saying as the hook here is don't be defined by what hasn't worked. That is my public service announcement today. Don't be defined by what hasn't worked for you. Easier said than done. Well, first of all, many of you know me. I'm Coach Rati. My company is Creative Calling Coaching, LLC, and I help creatives such as musicians, app developers, filmmakers, actors, writers, musicians, follow through on their goals to make money doing what they love. And one of the things that causes people, I think, not to take the risks they need to take is the fear of failure, because they think that failure defines them. Okay. And there is a way out of this, which I'm going to talk about today. There is a way out of this cycle of paralysis. First, though, I just want to direct your attention to the link in the description of this video, which is a link to schedule a free strategy session with me where I can get deeper into your particulars. But for now, I'm going to tell you what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what has been referred to as the story cycle. This is a model common to most life coaches, but we all put it in different ways. I'm going to go through the model the way my coach taught it a week or two ago. Positive intelligence methodology, which is very de rigueur right now, teaches it as the saboteur perspective or the sage perspective. In other words, things are either bad or they're a gift if the outcome isn't what we want. But I really like the story cycle model, okay? So there are basically 5 stages to the story cycle. Number 1, something happens. There's a triggering event. You audition, you don't get the part. In response, we have self-talk, negative beliefs about ourselves. We tell a story about why we didn't get the part, right? And usually actually preceding the literal content of the story are feelings. You feel sad, you feel disappointed. That's normal. But then you start to feel shame. And that's where you got to dig in, because there's a story behind that shame. As a result of the story we tell ourselves, we take certain actions. And when we take actions, we have certain results. In other words, the story cycle perpetuates a self-fulfilling prophecy. I contend that most of life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. I mean, outside of, external factors like natural disasters, other people's, negative bias, whatever. There are other things. Luck. If there is such a thing as luck, then yeah, luck. But outside of these external factors, our lives really are self-fulfilling prophecies. And they are fulfilled by what we think, because what we think shapes our actions. Okay. So you have a choice. Also in coaching parlance, we call the moment of choice the pause. There is a little space, and the author, the great analyst who wrote Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl, he used to say that between stimulus and response, there's a space. And that space determines pretty much everything. Okay. So you didn't get the part. There's disappointment, perhaps, but before you get into the story about why you didn't get the part, there's a choice. There's a moment of choice. You can go into your usual pattern of, or maybe it's not a usual pattern. Maybe it's the last straw for you. You decide it's the last straw. You're just not meant for this business. It's rigged, it's nepotism, it's whatever, or I suck, whatever it is. And those beliefs cause you to become discouraged and not go out for auditions and then not build a career. All right. That's like taking it to the end zone. Whereas in that pause, you didn't get the part. You could also decide, what they think of me is none of my business. I don't know why I didn't get the part. Maybe the director knew somebody. I think I did pretty well, pretty good audition. Now they know who I am. I'm going to keep in touch with this casting director. Notice how that train of thought is going to change your actions to come. You will keep in touch with the casting director. You will keep going out on auditions. Okay? Now, it's a skill. Learning to change the story is a skill. And there are different levels of it. You know, when you are a rank amateur, you're not even aware that you're telling yourself a story. You just get angry and pissed off and, ghost or shut the door on future opportunities, right? Maybe that's your MO. The next level of awareness is where you have the inciting incident. You didn't get the part, let's say. And you notice yourself starting to go down the negative rabbit hole. But you continue to take actions anyway that will continue to get you seen. And you act as if you believe that not getting the part had nothing to do with you and you're going to keep going. All right, that's a second level of awareness. It still hurts, but you at least know that the story is not empirical truth that you're making up. Third level of awareness, you don't get the part and you catch yourself starting to tell that negative story. You stop and you go, what was the gift? What was the gift here? I got to meet this new casting director and show them my work. I got to practice that monologue. I see how I could have done better, with this monologue if I had done it this way, whatever. I'm going to stay in touch with this casting director. I'm going to keep auditioning, right? And so your actions are dictated because you have changed the story. Fourth level of awareness, you don't get the part. You don't even go down the story rabbit hole. You just go next. That reminds me of my friend Chuck Cooper, dropping a name here, wonderful actor, Tony winner. And I remember we were friends back in the day, and he used to come home from an audition. I hung out with his family, and I would ask him, how'd it go? And he would say, oh, I did my tricks. Fourth level, and then he'd go practice guitar on the balcony. That's the fourth level, man. That's it. That's what we're going for. He didn't even go to the story. Next. Okay. So in summation, this is the story cycle. All right. 1, circumstances or triggering event. 2, your beliefs crop up, negative self-talk. I would actually say you can exchange number 3, which are the feelings around not getting the part, with number 2, because the feelings are an indicator of the beliefs. Then number 4, the actions you take out of that story. And number 5 are your results. And you want to get to the point where you go out, you take your actions, and you don't even start to make up a tale. You just keep your eye on what you want and act accordingly. So I hope that riff was useful to you. Like I say, it takes practice. I couldn't really learn to do it without the help of someone else. Whether that's a friend or a therapist or a coach, I don't care. But isolation really is the enemy of success. So that's where I'm going to invite you to click on the link again. If you find that you are in a negative self-talk cycle and it is affecting the actions and the outcomes of your life, it is time to reach out to a coach. And I invite you to click the link, fill out a little intake, and you and I can have a free conversation and begin to shift that story cycle for you a little bit. Anyway, I appreciate your listening in today. If you think of somebody who could benefit from this video, please share it. And I'm going to be seeing you again either tomorrow or the day after. I plan to do 3 of these lives this week, and I will keep you posted on when. Have a good evening, everybody, or morning or afternoon, depending where in the world you are. Bye-bye.